Welcome to a special edition of Fan Money LTD Sports Talk here. We have a special guest that decided to join us midway through. You want to say hi, special guest? All right. Now let's get back to what we're talking about here. We're not here. I'm not wearing this tight shirt reminiscent about my fitter days, even though it definitely used to fit a lot better. We're here to talk about the official retirement of Brett Favre and why I consider him the greatest quarterback of all time. Basically, it wasn't until recently where my position had changed on the status of Brett Favre. You know, for a long time I've considered him the number two in my eyes. As much as it pained me to say it, as a Northeast Ohioan and a die-hard Cleveland Browns fan as a kid, I always thought John Elway was the best I've ever seen. And I always thought Favre needed one more Super Bowl. He had all the stats. He had, his one bowl. He just needed one more to cement that greatest of all time. But I was listening to Terry Bradshaw, who is probably the most underrated quarterback of all time. And he was, hey, trying to talk to my YouTubers out here. Okay, back to live action. He was talking about why he thought Brett Favre was the greatest of all time, and made me really sit and think about my position. I followed Favre since day one. I'm not going to say day one back in college, but day one in the NFL, being Atlanta Falcons were my other team. I started following them in the 90s. 1990 to be exact. I shouldn't say the 90s. And obviously Favre was drafted by them, so I followed Favre. Obviously intrigued too because Sterling Sharp was my favorite wide receiver as a kid. And so I, just the joy the guy played with. He one of the reasons he's the greatest to me was, that I put him in that second position, only having one Super Bowl for all these years, was, he wasn't a system quarterback. You got a lot of quarterbacks that people put up there, the Joe Montanas, the Tom Brady's, that basically played in the same system. They were very systematic quarterbacks, That's why John Elway to me wasn't really, I put him high up there because he played multiple different systems and flourished. And Brett Favre, he made his system. He made, you can say he played in a similar system or same system throughout his career, but he made the system. He did what he wanted in the system. He took the risks. He didn't take the little check downs he probably always should have. He went for it. He had the guts. And the point Mr. Bradshaw made in his comments were about the year he had at 40 years old with the Vikings last year. And, I sat and thought about that and, just thought about the whole body of work of me watching Mr. Favre. And the fact of what he did at 40 years old, having the best statistical season of his career, maybe that's the season to me that cemented his legacy, as I think my special guest is leaving. That year was just, at 40 years old to have that kind of year is just remarkable. A lot of NFL players are just happy to make 40. And we're walking through. Thank you. So as we see my daughter eyeing this little prop here, I've had the pleasure of seeing Mr. Favre live a few times in my life. Which besides trying to make a 16, 17-hour trip to Wisconsin is hard to do as an Ohioan because he's only been to Ohio once that I can remember since I've been able to drive. And I can definitely say that were memorable moments. Got to watch him. This little prop is from a Thanksgiving Day game that I got to see where I was sitting at the 10-yard line in which that end zone they scored all the points that day. Okay, thank you. Sorry, a little distracted by my special guest here. Mr. Favre, all the points that he threw, 3 touchdowns that day in the end zone. They defeated Detroit. That was the year where Detroit actually started good with John Kitna. They started 6-2. It was a battle for first place. It was also the year his Packer legacy ended with the interception in the NFC Championship game. But just as much. I think sometimes that's one thing that's going to haunt his career that shouldn't haunt it when it all settles down is the important interceptions. He threw some big interceptions, but I think he threw a lot more bigger passes in his career. I mean, you win some, you lose some. At the end of the day, nobody talks about the big shots Jordan missed. They talk about the big shots he made. You know what I'm saying? They don't. It's all about the Brian Russell shot. It's not about the years with the Wizards. And that's I think what it's going to be when the smoke clears with Brett Favre. Another game I got to see live of him was another memorable one that's going to live with my family forever. It was as long as I'm married, because it was the first football game my wife's ever seen. She had to play. It was also her first experience in the dog pound, which out there, if you go to a Cleveland Browns game, I wouldn't recommend taking your wife to the dog pound your first time. It was Brett Favre's first game in a Vikings uniform, and definitely some memorable moments. I know my wife don't remember much about the game besides the word "boo," "garbage," as drunken Browns fans like to say over and over again when their team starts losing. But what can you say? The man holds every major passing record. He's got his Super Bowl. He probably wishes he had more. But what do you think about Brett Favre? You don't know? You just wanted to show off and be a little princess? Yeah, there she goes. So I think that's my sign to wrap it up here. We're trying to make this a professional farewell to Brett Favre. Brett Favre, you'll probably never see this, but definitely enjoy the memories that you brought to me and my wife. And all right, well, can't be much serious anymore. Fandemonia Ltd. Hit us up, Fandemonia Ltd at att.net. Hit us up on Twitter, twitter.com/Fandemonia Ltd. Facebook searches Fandemonia Ltd. Hit that little like button. Got anything to say to them? Say something. Sign off for me. Say something. Don't be shy. Say something with your pudding face. And the moment of silence continues. Alright, YouTube. Next time we'll try to do it kid-free, but she's cute. Look how cute she is. That's a cute baby. Alright guys, hit us up, let us know. Have a good one. Thanks for putting your finger in front of the camera too. This one was the most professional video.